You walk into the gym on day 1, already second-guessing your life choices. The smell of rubber mats, clanking weights, and one guy grunting like he's giving birth to a refrigerator. It's a lot. And then it hits. After your first set of squats, your legs feel like jelly, and by the next morning you're waddling around like a penguin that owes money to the mob. That's soreness. Totally normal. It's your body's way of saying, hey, thanks for finally using those muscles we've been storing for emergencies. You don't panic when you feel it, because it's not injury, it's the slow burn of growth. And here's the secret, that soreness fades, both because you adapt and because your body is literally building itself stronger while you rest. You'll learn to wear it like a weird badge of honor. Not, look how ripped I am, but look, I survived the first week and didn't quit. Now, this is where beginners usually sabotage themselves. They think, okay, if soreness means progress, then double soreness means double progress. And suddenly they're doing 2-hour marathon workouts like they're auditioning for a Rocky montage. Spoiler, you don't need that. What you need is simplicity. Because the number one reason people quit in their first 30 days isn't lack of motivation, it's overwhelm. Too many exercises, too much confusion, too many TikTok trainers screaming about the one move you must do or you'll never have abs. Forget that noise. Your golden rule is this: keep it simple, repeatable, and boring enough that you don't need a PhD to remember it. Boring wins. Why? Because boring means you'll actually show up and do it. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Nobody gets hyped for toothbrushing montages, but miss it for a week and you'll notice. Same with training. So instead of memorizing 30 different exercises, you're going to use the power of minimalism. Here's what that looks like. You've got 2 workouts. That's it. We'll call them Workout A and Workout B. You alternate them, 3 days a week, with at least a day of rest in between. Boom, your structure is set. On Mondays, you do A Wednesday, B Friday, A again. Next week, flip it. See? No calculus degree needed. Now let's unpack these. Workout A is your push-pull day. You do squats, push-ups, or bench press if you're using weights, and rows. 3 big moves that hit your legs, chest, and back. That's like 70% of your body already. Workout B is your hip hinge and overhead day. Deadlifts or hip thrusts for the backside, overhead press for shoulders, and pull-ups or lat pull-downs for back and arms. Sprinkle in planks at the end if you want your core to actually function like it's supposed to. You don't need circus tricks. You don't need 20 dumbbell curls at 10 different angles. You need basics, repeated consistently. The gym bros with 19-inch arms? They started with the basics too. Don't let them fool you. And let's talk about your brain for a second, because this isn't just physical. The moment you walk into the weight room, it feels like a high school cafeteria. You're convinced everyone is staring at you. News flash, they're not. Most people are too wrapped up in their own sets, their playlists, or their reflection to care what you're doing. That guy deadlifting in the corner isn't thinking, look at newbie over there. He's thinking, do I post this lift on Instagram or TikTok? The intimidation is real, but it's also a trick your brain plays. Once you realize no one cares, you'll find freedom. Still, let's normalize that feeling of intimidation. Almost every single person in that room had their first awkward day too. They fumbled with the machine, picked the wrong weight, maybe even sat down backward on the leg curl. And you know what? They survived. You will too. The key is to walk in with a plan so you don't wander like you're shopping without a list. You already know, A and B done. Let's circle back to soreness one more time. You'll want to brag about it to your friends. I can't move my arms, bro, I'm so sore. But here's the truth. Soreness fades in importance once you realize consistency matters more. Showing up 3 days a week for 30 days will give you more results than chasing that destroyed feeling after every session. Think of it like charging your phone. You don't need 100% battery every time. You just need enough juice to keep running. Same with training. And here's where a mental trick saves you. Consistency is not perfection. Let's say you plan to do 3 sets of squats but you only managed 2 because your legs felt like noodles. Guess what? You still won. Because you showed up. That's the real scoreboard in your first 30 days. Not weight lifted, not calories burned, but representatives of showing up. Miss one workout? Don't quit. Just keep moving. 1 skip day is a blip. 2 skip days becomes a habit. So your real mission is to never miss twice. Now let's touch on realistic expectations, because I know you're secretly hoping for abs by week 4. Here's the straight talk. In 30 days, you won't transform into a Greek statue, but you will notice differences. You'll feel stronger. Movements that once felt like carrying a baby elephant now feel manageable. You'll stand a little taller. Your clothes may even fit differently. And most importantly, you'll prove to yourself you can commit to something longer than a week. That's a transformation of identity, and it's far more valuable than a six-pack that takes months or even years. So yes, celebrate the little wins. Celebrate the fact that you didn't ghost your own gym plan. Celebrate the fact that soreness became a reminder of growth, not a punishment. Celebrate that you learned the art of keeping it simple. Because when you look back at these 30 days, you won't remember how many sets you did on a random Wednesday. You'll remember the shift from "I'm intimidated" to "I belong here." And that's the foundation. Without it, nothing else sticks. But with it, you've just written the opening chapter of a much longer story. You've survived the first couple of weeks. Soreness has gone from "oh my god, call an ambulance" to mild inconvenience when climbing stairs. And now your brain starts playing tricks on you. This is where gym anxiety sneaks back in like an unwanted ad on YouTube. You look around the weight room and suddenly feel like everyone else has it figured out while you're fumbling with a dumbbell that feels heavier than your ego after karaoke night. Here's the truth you need tattooed on your brain. Nobody is watching you. Everyone is too locked into their headphones, their reflection, or their own insecurities to care about your beginner squat form. But your brain doesn't like that answer, so let me hand you a playbook. Step 1. Remind yourself that the gym is a no-judgment zone whether the sign says it or not. The guy curling in the squat rack? He's been ridiculed online more times than you'll ever be in person. Step 2. Act like you belong there. Don't apologize for existing. You paid the same membership fee as the bodybuilder next to you, which means you own that square footage of gym floor just as much. Step 3. Have a plan. Walk in knowing it's workout A or workout B. People who look confident at the gym aren't special. They just look like they know what they're doing because they aren't wandering like lost puppies. Now, motivation. Let's be real. There will be days you don't feel like going. Days when your couch whispers seductively, "Skip it. Netflix loves you more than squats do." This is where gentle coaching saves your future self. Don't bully yourself into discipline with no pain, no gain nonsense. Instead, use a softer but sharper truth. You don't need to be motivated, you just need to be consistent. Treat workouts like brushing your teeth. Not always exciting, rarely optional. You show up because the habit itself matters, not because every day feels like fireworks. Consistency at perfection. Let that sink in. You're not competing in the Olympics. You're building a rhythm. Think of it like learning guitar. Nobody expects you to shred like Hendrix after a month. They expect clumsy fingers, missed notes, and gradual improvement. Same deal here. The bar doesn't care if your squat is picture perfect on day 12. It cares that you keep showing up to lift it. You'll polish the form over time. For now, stack up the days like bricks, and trust that walls get built one layer at a time. And here's a twist that most beginners miss. Recovery is training too. The hours you're not at the gym are where the real magic happens. Sleep, food, water, stress, all of them decide whether your body adapts or collapses. If you skimp on rest, you're basically trying to download muscle gains on dial-up internet. You don't need 8 supplements and a gallon of protein shakes. You need to hydrate, eat balanced meals, and go to bed before doom scrolling TikTok until 2 a.m. Recovery is where muscles repair, grow, and actually reward you for the work you did. Ignore it, and you'll burn out faster than a phone at 1% battery. By now you're probably asking, okay, so what do I actually get after 30 days? Let's set expectations straight. You won't drop 30 pounds, sculpt Thor's arms, or suddenly get mistaken for a fitness influencer. What you will get is strength you can feel. Carrying groceries gets easier. Your posture improves. You start to notice little shifts in the mirror that only you catch at first. More importantly, your brain rewires. You stop thinking of the gym as an alien planet and start seeing it as your second home. And that shift, from outsider to insider, is the real transformation. Here's the part most videos never tell you. This 30-day plan isn't meant to end on day 30. It's the launch pad. Beyond these first 4 weeks, your roadmap is clear. You don't overhaul everything, you progress. Add a little weight when the sets feel easy. Add a 4th set if you're feeling ambitious. Sprinkle in a new exercise here and there once the basics feel natural. Think of it like leveling up in a video game. You don't skip straight to the boss fight. You earn experience points, upgrade your gear, and gradually build into it. Now let's talk patience, because without it, you'll quit. The body doesn't transform on your schedule, it transforms on its own. Some weeks you'll feel invincible, other weeks you'll wonder if anything is working. That's normal. Muscle, fat loss, strength, it all happens slower than you want, but faster than you think when you look back 6 months later. Imagine planting a seed and digging it up every day to check if it sprouted. You'd kill it, right? Same with your progress. Stop checking every 5 minutes. Give it time, keep watering, keep showing up, and the growth sneaks up on you. And since we are on truth bombs, don't let perfectionism rob you. Missing a workout doesn't make you a failure. Eating pizza doesn't undo all your progress. The only way you lose is if you quit entirely. Fitness is less about heroic single days and more about boring, consistent strings of good enough days. That's the unsexy secret no one wants to sell you, but it's what actually works. So let's land this plane with one final bonus rule, the 11th item in your invisible checklist. Enjoy the damn process. If you treat the gym like punishment, you'll never last. But if you find joy in the tiny wins, the new weight you lifted, the soreness that fades faster, the workout that didn't destroy you, you'll stick with it. And sticking with it is the only cheat code there is. So your first 30 days, they're not about six-packs or superhero capes. They're about proving to yourself that you can show up, survive the anxiety, lean into consistency, and trust the process. Once you nail that, everything else, strength, fat loss, confidence, follows. And it all starts with you walking into the gym, picking up that first weight, and deciding you belong here.